What's up, guys? Welcome to Behind the Brand, episode 3. Today we're going to talk about some behind the scenes development on a new shift knob series we're working on. So we're going to head over to the design studio and check it out. Let's go. What happened here?
Shattered.
Oh, this is a new knob. We're gonna, oh my gosh, look at that. It actually has really nice texture.
The material.
Could you repeat this?
Too short.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
This is half a joke, but sometimes you do things in the shop where if we could repeat that, that's really cool. Can you get that a little closer?
Yeah, you can see it.
Sometimes mistakes turn into new innovations, if you want to call it that. This is new clear coolant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the coolant we have in the machine now, it's oil based. It is actually, it's clear. It's called Synergy 735. We're super excited to try it out, see how it works.
We're just testing? Why would we want clear over?
Because that coolant, the machines are self-lubricated with whey oil.
Yeah.
So the oil gets in the coolant, and then over time we have to skim the oil off the coolant. And then the coolant gets, its saturation level gets highly fluctuated with whey oil, and then the cutters don't cut the same. So here we're in Raceseng's design studio, and I want to give you guys a behind the scenes look at something that we're working on that's new, shift knob wise, but talk to you about how we got to this point. So we're a very collaborative environment around here, and I like to bring all of our employees, even if it's Corey, the machinist, is an enthusiast, into this process. So we basically work from a collaborative standpoint of printing out concepts and then interjecting those and moving them forward through development process. So oftentimes I have to print out where we're headed from a shift knob collection as a whole and let the guys see it so that we can understand what these knobs are meant to be, what materials they're meant to use, what consumer they're meant to best identify themselves with, shifting styles, all those other things. So what you're looking at here is basically the future of the Raceseng shift knob collection. Some of these are already in production that you guys know, but we have a mass series that's stainless steel weighted knobs, a circuit series, which is a combination of a Delrin grip with a stainless steel handle. So it's weighted, but with the Delrin factor with it, and they're a little bit taller. We have a new hybrid series coming out that's gonna combine textiles like leather and Alcantara into it. Titanium's a must for us, lightweight. We can do some cool finishing with it. And lastly, what I'm working on now, we don't know what we're gonna call it, but we're thinking about titling it Grip Series. And what we wanna do with this is use machining in a unique way that puts a grip on the shift knob. So we have our Apex R knob now, which has these sculptural type of machine features into it. And I want to take our ability to machine, but use it in a different way that adds function to the knob, but yet cool style that nobody else is doing. So we're going to dive into where we're at in the Grip series, show you guys the models, show you guys the prints, and it'll be neat for you guys to see how we transition from something that is just a concept here to getting closer to reality. So let's head on and check it out. We have a bunch of 3D printed prototypes, also some stuff in CAD, but want to bring you into how did this even idea come to be, or why are we doing this? So you guys know we make a bunch of different knobs out of different materials, but oftentimes I hear from guys that want an actual lighter weight knob versus a heavier knob so that they can feel the shifting of the transmission, and they don't want to have any temperature effect with it, and they want it to be made out of plastic like Delrin. Delrin sometimes gets slippery, so you have track guys that do want that lightweight knob, but they have gloves on and their hands are actually slipping off of the Delrin. So we came up with the idea of doing something called this Grip series, and it started out trying to just design Delrin, but then integrating a texture into it. So this was one of my first shots at it, and we 3D printed it. It's not that I didn't like it, but it looked a little bit like a grenade to me. It just has, as the profile just didn't, the machine texture just didn't really jive with what I was thinking. So we keep evolving that, and this was round 2 of it. I reduced the horizontal cut lines into it. I have the same amount of vertical lines into it. And it was good, but I felt like we got to keep pushing. So we brought the guys into the shop, and we came up with trying to ball mill in an actual diamond pattern that would be more of a dynamic grip pattern and not be sort of as generic as just lines into it, but how can we push this grip texture into something that is actually has little exposed diamonds on the end of it. So that idea quickly evolved, and it sort of transformed what we originally started thinking as a grip series. And now we're talking about something that is has a really neat cool factor associated with it. So the idea behind the pattern is to have this integrated sort of modern design feature into it. So why am I showing this to you guys? Because you know, I have a set of 8 prototypes here, different shapes, different sizes, different textures, and all of this is the evolution of the process. So it's not that we come out with the first one and we say go. Sometimes that happens, rarely does it ever. But this whole thing evolves. So what we originally started as Delrin, now I'm thinking, man, this would be really, really cool in aluminum, and do our satin anodizing finish on it. And it is gonna look really slick inside of a car, but have function too. So the value proposition behind something like this is, one, it's incredibly unique. The machining of it's really unique. Then you add our finishing to it, and you're gonna have what I consider to be more along the lines of the Raceseng way of a product, and that is unique, innovative, and it's just us. So that process has to evolve through a lot of thought and creativity and into the computer. And then it even went into, well, if we're doing diamond shapes, what if we actually mimicked an actual diamond? And here's a simple scenario where you know, you're designing in our CAD system here, and I see it in the computer and it's small, but when you print it, we actually touch these and hold these. And I thought this shape was gonna be right, and then I printed it and I'm like, completely, it looks unsubstantial. Doesn't have much, the proportions are just off. So literally this one's just an 1/8 inch wider. I adjusted some of the features up here, and you can see how much of a difference something as simple as this is. But the point is that we go through these processes and actually interact with the products in a way that helps us enhance the design through actually touching and feeling them. And you know, for this to print in a couple hours and then get it out and hold it is what I think enhances the sort of the user experience of our parts. Because we are interacting with them and evolving the design through being able to actually use them. The next step for the process for us is finalizing the CAD data, doing another print, making sure it's right, and then getting samples made and actually cut these parts, push them all the way through the finishing process, get a finished product that we actually put on the car, have our guys here at the shop use and feel and see if they like it. And then we probably will go through a whole nother step of evolution once we actually get this made out of aluminum versus plastic. And then hopefully we release these things in Q1 of next year. But even now, as last week I had the idea of what if we changed up the textures in these and changed up the shape to evolve the product line. And then I even thought, if I do a diamond feature on this, what if the top of this had engraving that was mimicked that diamond shape, so that way we're pulling some of the texture into the engraving, which is sort of our signature thing that we do on the product. So even though what looks like I'm holding here is, yeah, that looks good, roll with it, we just keep pushing it and keep evolving it. So keep an eye out. Hopefully I will, maybe next episode, I'll show you guys some samples. Love to get your feedback down below. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know what you want to see in these episodes. What am I doing good? What am I doing bad? Okay. I should let you through the door first.
Yeah, exactly.
Should we go by the sim rig?
Yeah, sure.
All right, guys, so that's it for BTB.3. We're actually late on this episode. Yeah, it wasn't your fault, it was my fault. No, Black Friday was crazy. We literally did double what we did last year, which for us is crazy. We've been shipping orders nonstop. Orders are still going out, so please bear with us. But anyway, I just want to thank you guys for watching and enjoy the drive. See you next time.